And we're
tweet
live.
Oh,
How's it going,
Am I?
everybody? Welcome to Lazy Saturday. I have a special guest here in Two Guys, One Up. We've got Ethan and Logan here.
hey, what's going on?
It's great to be here.
Weird to be live. Gotta watch my
Oh,
mouth.
fuck. I forgot to, excuse me. I forgot to switch it to the game footage. It was still on. We'll be right with you while we were typing.
Still on my midget
Typing,
porn.
talking.
Sorry about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, still on my midget porn. So, I've got here a special guest, Two Guys, One Up, and yeah, my girlfriend is watching right now. She just pointed out that I forgot to switch it, so now she's gonna hear me talking about this, and now she's gonna judge me. Oh, great!
Thank you, Eli's girlfriend, for
What
making
else
sure
are
you
girlfriends for?
fuck it up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
yeah, exactly. Very true. What would you know? Never mind. Topic for another
Oh, boy.
another time.
Yeah, that's the topic for another stream. So, Two Guys, One Up have done a couple of playthroughs that I've really enjoyed. Guts and Glory was, I think, the first one that I ever really saw, and that was about a year ago or so. And after that, the one that I've been watching recently is Dark Souls. Logan's pretty decent at the game. He's better than I am, that's for sure. But their playthrough's been making me want to get back into it. So, you guys want to say hi, tell everyone about yourselves a little bit?
I'm gonna let Ethan take this one because I've been talking more than he has, and I'm also gonna lock my door. So go ahead, Ethan. What do we do?
We make memes, I guess. Yeah, we
I
just
love the
talk and
handsome
joke.
Squidward one.
Yeah. Oh my god.
He added us, and we both have variations of the handsome Squidward picture. Dude, you should see our personal Discord. Literally everyone. Everyone has some. There's like Shrek, handsome Squidward.
Oh, that's
There's
disgusting.
a bunch of them, dude. It's I know it is disgusting. But yeah, we're Two Guys, One Up. Game Grumps wannabes.
I feel like a lot of Let's Plays are that.
Oh well, the thing is, I did solo Let's Plays before I met Ethan, and they're really hard to do, man. I commend everybody who does solo Let's Plays because there's so
Well, thank you.
much dead air that you have to. Yeah, you do it very well. I could never have. I could
Appreciate
never
that.
have.
Sometimes I have a co-host,
done
though.
that. Yeah, co-hosts definitely
Make a big
they help
difference.
carry the weight. Yeah, make a big splash.
Yeah.
But yeah, we play games and we're funny most of the time.
And
Every once in a while
too.
we get real.
When does that ever happen?
When we get real,
when you guys were talking about spicy and salsa and stuff. That was a good
Oh.
example, right?
yeah. Well, that's both.
No.
That's funny and real. I was talking about like, never mind. Never
It's all
mind.
good.
That's. No, you know what? I'm just gonna drop it.
All good.
This is a place of jokes and funny things, and I don't need to bring up the time that there was a dead squirrel in my pool when I was 11 years old, and it scarred me just because I feel like it. I'm not gonna do it.
Dude, who hasn't had a dead squirrel in their pool at least like once? I never even had a pool, so
You privileged fuck.
I didn't even have a pool, and I had a dead squirrel in my pool.
yeah, it was just a puddle outside. There was a dead squirrel in it.
Dude, it was weird. It was so gross though, because there's like half. So it was like.
Are we really
It was
talking
like-
about this dead squirrel?
Let's do it.
Yes.
Why
don't,
not?
Don't interrupt me. Because we had a blow up pool, and
A blow up
it was
pool?
like fall, so we hadn't used it, and we didn't have a cover, so the water just got green.
Oh, good.
And we had a huge oak tree. Ethan knows what I'm talking about. There's a huge oak tree in our backyard, and I guess a squirrel fell out of it and couldn't swim, so he just drowned in the pool. One morning, I come out, there's just like a stiff, like half disintegrated squirrel corpse
Oh.
floating in the pool. And I had to be the one to like
Oh, no.
scoop it out with like a nearby leaf or twig.
You guys didn't have one of those like
What?
little nets on a long handle?
We did, but I couldn't find it. Or maybe
Oh,
I just
no.
wanted to touch a squirrel with a stick.
That's
Yeah, that's
funny.
why I'm so fucked up now. That's why I have such a gross sense of humor.
Nah, I can relate. No, I can't.
Oh,
But
when I first met Logan, oh my god, yeah, he was like, he was homeschooled for most of his schooling career, so yeah, that can give you a little hint of like what it was like. But meeting him, he was just insane, and he just affected me with that, I guess. And we were best friends ever since.
You were so shy and
were
not willing to put yourself out there. Well, he still is, but like much less. And like now he says fucked up shit all the time, and I love it because he wasn't like that before we had economics class. Oh my god, dude! Do you remember when we wrote that song for class?
Oh,
Tell
my
me
God, it
about
was
economics
awesome.
class, because when I took economics, me and my friend Kent, we used to just like say diarrhea in class, like all 45 minutes of class. Like we would just whisper to each other diarrhea whenever we thought she was going to end a sentence. So we would try and swap out the word with diarrhea, and it would never work, but it would always be funny.
Wow, way to grab the low-hanging fruit of comedy. Like,
Pretty much.
Congratulations on that.
Are you kidding? That's brilliant, dude.
Yeah, that's
I wanna do
amazing,
that.
dude.
Like now I'd
I
be
mean-
like, the inflation rate of this diarrhea leads me to believe it won't be a long-term solution.
This shit needs to be taxed.
There you go. This
Lower
shit
intestines
does
are
need.
starving.
Well said.
Economics class. I mean, it's pretty much what you imagine when you think of two senior year high school friends fucking goofing off, except for the year slowly devolved from me just like making Ethan like so uncomfortable because like we didn't know each other that well.
Was that when
but
you guys
like-
met with senior year?
We met before that, but we didn't get well acquainted until we had a class together. And we would have had 2 classes together, but fucking Ethan dropped physics like a douche.
The guy in front of me was picking his nose and
I
eating
know,
it, and I
but-
couldn't focus.
He was a special needs kid. He was allowed to pick his nose and eat it. But
You know-
yeah, eventually we wrote a song for our economics class, and it's actually on the channel. I'm pretty sure.
Which one of you,
You
sang
can
it?
probably find both of us.
God,
I'm
it
gonna have to
was
look this
terrible.
up immediately after this podcast is over.
I think it was just called 401k song. Ethan wanted to call it 401 Yay, which I thought was the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard in my goddamn academic career. So to appease him, I named it 401 Yay in the file when I sent it to our teacher, but it's just called 401k song.
Oh
I did
my
a
God.
fucking shredding guitar solo for it.
Oh, you
We
play
should
guitar?
Totally.
I had
Yeah.
no idea.
I play guitar and I want to say I play piano, but I haven't really touched my keyboard in like a year and a half.
Is that a euphemism?
I mean, the dexterity is still there, but I mean, yes, it is a euphemism. I was hoping you wouldn't call me out on it, but I mean, thanks.
Well, I needed to know, and I'm sorry. I have the whole world knowing now.
The whole world of 5 people,
Yeah.
or however many people are watching. Hello, everybody who's watching. I don't know who's
Yeah,
here.
there's Davey,
like-
there's Andrew, there's Rachel, and there's Tiago.
What's going on, everybody? Tiago, that's a fucking cool name.
Right? And his last name is Aguilar, which is the name of the amp that I just bought in December.
Whoa, did he make it for you?
Quite possibly.
Oh no, he's typing.
Who's typing?
Davey.
Oh no. What have you got to
He's
say?
doing the retweeting things.
What was his name?
Tiago?
Fuck, I already forgot. Tiago. Not only is that a cool name for like a person, but if there were like a pet named Tiago, I'd be totally down.
It'd have to
be
be like
so-
a parrot, though. Like the Disney bird.
Oh,
It's Iago,
well,
right? From Aladdin.
Fuck, I don't know. I'm not good with Disney stuff. I never was.
Rachel says 3 people. I'm a woman. We're not people. Oh boy. So let's change the
You're not wrong,
subject
Rachel.
real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Damn it.
So when did you guys start your YouTube channel, and like what inspired you?
Hmm.
Because the Grumps
did
were like
we
my
start?
inspiration personally.
Oh yeah, same, like 100%. Although Ethan hasn't watched a single full episode of Game Grumps, although I've told him to get on it for our entire friendship, he still hasn't.
God damn.
But
Yeah,
before Ethan was there, I just uploaded by myself. I think I did that for like a year.
I do
don't-
remember
it
seeing a
might be
couple of
year
your
and a
solo
half.
episodes.
Oh yeah, they're shitty. Don't watch them. If you want to keep your respect for me, don't watch them. Although, our most popular video is like of me playing a shitty indie horror game,
Oh, which
and
one?
like I'm just like the most monotone human being that you can be. And the funny shit is that like 75% of those 1,251 views are from like Russia, and I have no idea why. I have no idea.
You know, I actually had something like that happen on my channel recently. When I was, I sometimes have a 3 o'clock show where I do a thing with a co-host, and lately it's just been me doing solo stuff. But we were playing Sonic Adventure, and it got 1 view in the month of January, and that view was somehow worth 34 cents, where they only watched
Wow.
for 52 seconds. Meanwhile, I got like 100 views on this one episode of Breath of the Wild, and all of those 100 views that all lasted like on average 3 to 4 minutes was worth 34 cents. So my question is, who the fuck in Japan has a view like equity that's worth 34 cents for a minute?
Dude, I'll bet it's like
amazing.
I'll bet it's that CEO that bought like a golden iPhone and then like hid his identity because he didn't want people to know. It's probably that Japanese guy.
It could be.
Or maybe he just watched it a shit ton of times.
Oh, Sean's here. Hi, Sean.
What's going on, Sean? What's going on, buddy? But back to that thing.
Right.
2 Guys 1 Up actually started. Ethan,
Okay.
it was Halloween of
so-
2016, I think.
Yeah, it started as Logan going, "Hey, come here, come to my house. I want to record a video with you," and I was kind of sketched out by it. But then then it kind of just became like a regular thing, just me recording with him, and eventually he named the channel 2 Guys 1 Up instead of
Well-
just Foxy's Army.
That one that you did at my house was just like a special thing. It was still when I was
Yeah.
uploading by myself.
Right.
And then I stopped uploading for like 3 months, and I was like, "Hey, Ethan, you want to fucking copy the Game Grumps and do exactly what they do, but like be watered down and not funny?" And he was like, "Hell yeah!" So, first episode of anything we ever did was Resident Evil 0, and that sucks. And we never finished it.
There's that one episode though where we rushed on the train and then like
Oh yeah, there's a couple good episodes and good moments in the
that's
RE0
only
playthrough.
gold in there. The rest of it's
Yeah,
just
you're-
no.
Now
You're probably right.
is RE0 what system is that on?
Oh god,
Is
we
it-
played the remaster, so we played on PC.
Okay. Now is that like
And
just
it
a
was-
remake of the original Resident Evil, or is it a different
Oh no,
I don't know
RE0
much about
is a
Resident Evil.
different Resident Evil game. I do. I'll give you a college level lecture.
I know that 4
no.
is like supposedly the best of all time.
Oh yeah, 4 is great. Ethan didn't like it that much, probably because he didn't play it. By the way, Ethan, what do you think of RE5? We've been playing that for a little while on the channel.
I mean I think it's interesting. You still haven't really sold me on the whole Resident Evil thing, just because I don't really like how
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't control as much. Like I like full control on my games.
I don't know what you mean.
I could deal with it. It's just like the problem that I told you before, where you're running and you can't like turn. You have like no control over your turning. You just
Oh,
stop
yeah.
and then turn. Just
Wait, which one is
disgusts
this?
RE5.
Is it like tank
Um,
controls or even worse?
Well, RE4 was tank controls, but RE5 there's tank controls, but you can strafe, like left and right, without having to turn.
Oh, okay.
And I think Ethan's problem is that he can't rotate the camera around without making a huge effort out of it.
Right.
Which I mean,
terrible.
yeah, RE5 isn't. Resident Evil 4 is definitely better than Resident Evil 5, just because Resident Evil 5 came out at a time when that stuff had already been done. They were just playing on the fame of RE4. They didn't really do anything new.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I think that some of the best Nintendo games specifically are as good as they are because they did do something revolutionary at the time. Like Super Mario 64 created the basic roadmap for all 3D games of that era, where they had a hub world and then different levels that you had to go to due to memory constraints. And I mean, originally Mario was like one of the first platformers that taught the player how to play and was friendly and garnered worldwide attention.
Yeah, exactly. And RE4 was the first popular third-person shooter.
And then
it might have been the first one. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
actually,
not
that's
sure.
a good point. I mean, I could talk all day about all the ways that Nintendo has put their own spin on existing genres and made them both accessible and whoops, I just launched myself over a guardrail.
Good game.
And I don't know. They've always found a way to make what they're doing fit into one genre, but also fill a demand that isn't being met. Like with Pokemon, they were filling the oversaturated RPG niche, but they did it in such a way that it was also like a collect them all type of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Remember
Nintendo's definitely like a backlash.
Remember when like Pokemon came out and they're like, "Oh yeah, your Pokemon's evolving," and the Catholic Church jumped right on that, and they're like,
God, yeah.
What is this?"
I don't remember. I'm not a Pokemon fan, so I didn't follow it. I forgot what I was going to say. Thank you, Ethan, for bringing up the Catholic Church.
But, about that Nintendo filling those different roles and stuff like that. I really love what they did with Mario Odyssey. I just saw the trailers of that, but I know that Logan really loved that. And then
I still need to get myself a
Wild
Switch,
right now.
but I need to get that game.
Rock hard, right? Just hearing you talking about it.
Oh man.
Yeah,
that's
awkward. Nintendo's definitely a double-edged sword when it comes to that sort of thing. They do a lot of good shit, but at the same time, they do a lot of
because like they did Breath of the Wild, where they got rid of the Zelda formula as a whole and made the experience a little bit more tuned to what people love about Zelda in the first place. But then they do Star Fox Zero.
Oh God, Star Fox Zero was a thing.
Yeah,
when was that?
It's basically you have to use both the. I think it was 2016, maybe 2015. But you have to use both the gamepad and the TV as screens that you have to look at, because one of them is the gunner view and one of them is the third-person view or something like that.
Oh no!
Oh,
it's got a
I guess
terrible
that's why I didn't
scheme.
hear about it that much.
Yeah, it and then they also did Metroid Prime Federation Force.
Oh God, I heard about that, but I didn't go anywhere near it just because I knew that I'd hate it.
I wish that they would put some of the same care. Like, I love Metroid games. I always have. But
oh my God, same.
Lately, they just have been lackluster as a whole.
Yeah.
Ever since, like, Other M, I think. And Other M still played great. It just, there were too many flaws,
Other M was a great game, but it wasn't what a Metroid game should be.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty similar a similar comparison could be made to Skyward Sword with Zelda.
Yeah. I never played Skyward Sword. That was Wii U, right?
I think just Wii.
Oh, yeah, it was just Wii. I really don't understand why people didn't like it. I had a few problems with the game. One of them is that like I could not beat Ganondorf at the end. Like I tried so many times and just like with that lightning power that he had, I was just like,
oh God, yeah.
Fuck this. I'm out. I looked up tutorials and they helped me like zero. I was just like, okay.
It's a tough fight.
I beat the game.
It's a tough fight. But I will say this about the game. It's still a decent game. The problems that I had with it mostly were just it was a little too dependent on dialogue. And, I mean, my favorite Zelda is the Wind Waker, so for me to be criticizing the dialogue as being over the top is a little bit hypocritical when Wind Waker is one of the more talky Zelda games there are. But
oh, wow, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought it... Dude... Ethan, we gotta jump right on that then. If there's talky stuff, we love doing voices.
Oh yeah, I know. You don't understand. You said Wind Waker and like a while ago, and I'm like, I can't wait.
Your ears perked up.
Dude, I love that game. It was. I think part of the reason I love it is nostalgia, and I can admit that. But I would like wake up early, for, like before school. I would play like an hour of that game, and then I'd get home and play that game for like 3 hours.
Oh wow.
And yeah, as soon as I was done with my homework, I would start playing it and only stop when I was ready to go to bed.
Oh, it's just like a full-time. How early did you have to get up to play it before school?
It depends. If my sister got into the shower before me, then I had probably about an hour.
Oh.
Or no, other way around. If I got into the shower
Speaking of
before
no life
her.
gaming, so have you guys know like when you play a game so much that like it starts influencing the way you think in the real world?
Oh,
my
completely.
God, yes. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I've been no lifing Rainbow Six Siege, and every single
you were
time there's
playing
like
that
an
before
open
this.
window, it's just like, oh my God, I get so anxious. Like I feel like someone's gonna just shoot me in the fucking head. And then, like when I go near public cameras, like I just see the "you've been spotted" over my vision. I'm like, I'm actually just going insane from this.
So like if you were no lifing Metal Gear Solid, and so anytime someone would look at you, would you just be like "Wah?" in your head?
Every time you see like an overturned box, you have to like check under it for like snakes.
Oh my
Oh God,
I-
snakes are like my biggest fear.
God, man, they're bandanas and their eye patches.
That's what I meant.
It's so
So-
scary.
Let's talk about some of the topics that you guys sent. For example, games that you like that no one else seems to like.
Oh yeah,
For me,
I think Ethan just answered that question.
yeah, Rainbow Six Siege.
No, Skyward Sword.
Oh, you okay? That's fair. I think I liked. I guess I haven't really thought about this one, but I don't know. Spectrobes for the DS was decent.
Oh my God, I actually had that.
It was decent.
Oh,
It wasn't great.
yeah, I loved it. And then I sold
you
it
guys-
to buy new games. Oh.
You guys wrap yourself in nostalgia. I'll just be confused over what the hell this game is.
It was like a different kind of creature thing where you can evolve them. Like, yeah, it was pretty.
It was
cool.
kind of like Pokemon, but instead of turn-based stuff, it was all action-based, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Speaking of something that's kind of like Pokemon, you ever touched Fossil Fighters for the DS?
I have not.
Oh, well, it's pretty great. They just have like 5 different types, I think, instead of
Like
crazy
30.
amounts that Pokemon has. Yeah, and
It's not just
it's all
a
about
game where it's
dinosaurs, so it's I don't know, it's interesting.
Is it Mortal Kombat, but like you're like senior citizens?
What?
Oh, never mind.
Fossil Fighters.
and like
Because you're
and like
okay.
the X-ray when you
Hold
go
the
to like
fuck on.
break the bones and like the hip is already broken.
Like there's a metal ball just like popping out of a socket because it's called Fossil Fighter. That's good. That's funny. That's good. I give you 10
One
points
of his
for that.
attacks is like he gets on the like those chairs that lift you upstairs when you can't walk that well, and he just like drives it over somebody. Yeah.
And like his Hadouken is just like he takes his dentures out and throws them at you.
They just bite you on the nose.
Yeah.
Why is that not a thing?
Oh my God, we
people
got
are
it. So did we just become like a development team and we have to develop this game and call it Fossil Fighters?
Oh man, should it be a play on Fossil Fighters or should it be a play on like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter? I
Well-
can't think of any parody names right now.
Me neither. What about like Tekken or something? What's it, like another popular fighter?
Super Senior. It's not coming to me.
Senior
Never mind.
Street Fighter?
There you go. That's a good one. I'll take it.
Or
Just because I can't come up with anything else.
It would be relatively easy to like make a mod for Smash Bros or something like that and just replace
Yeah.
all the skins with senior citizens.
I don't know why the thought of
Smash
like
Bros, that's
the
a-
Mortal Kombat-esque like 3, 2, 1, and then like 2 old people slowly like inching themselves
Like-
towards each other. Like one has a walker.
Oh,
so
jeez.
funny.
Oh geez, this is amazing. This has to be a thing now. So
What, senior
Logan, what
citizens
about
fighting?
you for games that you like that no one else seems to like?
I liked Other M. but
Mortal
that was because
Cardiac
Adam-
Arrest.
Oh my god, yes, mortal cardiac arrest. That's a good one, actually.
I agree. So you're saying other M?
Yeah, but that was just because I was 12 and I had a fucking massive crush on Samus. And
Dude,
that's it.
who didn't have a massive crush on Samus?
That's a
like,
good question, actually.
I don't think I could count the number of times I've looked at completely appropriate pictures of her on the internet and thought pure thoughts on like all of my hands and toes.
Just like,
Hands and
yeah, I'd
feet.
totally cuddle her.
Yeah, I would totally hold her hand and take her to the high school dance.
Yeah, I would take her to church so that she can pray 420 praise it with me.
420 praise
it. Yeah, Ethan's new.
I want
thing is
Easter
like,
to be on 420 someday.
Oh hell
So
yeah!
now we can do
just so that you could say 420 praise it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also,
you kids
like,
get high
totally...
on weed, I get high on Jesus.
No, I would totally probably get some weed just for the occasion if it were legal by then, of course, because I don't do weed illegally. Who does that? Not me.
Apparently, it's like super easy to get like a medical license to smoke weed.
Yeah, if
you
it's
just like
legal.
go to your doctor, be like, I have anxiety, and then you can just do it. Not here in Kansas, of course, because they're all stuck up. Never mind. They don't like weed, dude. Every single like thing that was coming to my mind when I conceived that sentence had like a red circle with a dash through it. It's like, do not.
That's amazing.
That's exactly what was happening.
I think my problem is that, like, most of the time when I think of like things that I could say that are totally the wrong thing to say, I don't get that little circle with the dash through it. Like, when my best friend's mom died, like a month later, I made a your mom joke to him, and then I was like, "Oh fuck, I'm so sorry."
Oh god. Was he cool about it?
Oh, completely. He's still my best friend.
Okay, that's awesome.
Oh yeah.
That's so shitty to do, though. Holy
I
shit.
know. I felt like a shit person. And my other best friend, TJ, was like, "This is why you think about things before you say them, Eli." I'm like, "What's that?"
I have no such filter. Not gonna happen.
Thank God I haven't had any experiences like that, but let me tell you, I have accidentally sworn in front of my mom more times than I can count.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, but your mom doesn't care. She's fine with it.
Yeah, she does care.
I will
My
say,
birthday's
in defense of Other M, I thought that the game part of it was pretty good. Like, it was still a fun game to play just for the gameplay on its own merit, but I don't think that in terms of being a Metroid game that it did a great job.
Oh yeah, they tried to shoehorn in a story and like emotions, and
Yeah.
it just didn't need that.
I think one of the biggest flaws with it is that it took away control of the character from the player a little too often, and that's one of the things that Samus is like most noted for. Is like a lot of the 2D games were just her, not really reacting to anything, and the player could interpret that reaction however they wanted. By being a silent protagonist, she, when they started to give her personality, it was kind of jarring for a lot of people who'd been longtime fans of the series.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool in like Metroid Prime when she'd have like occasional grunts and like you could like
when you broke her knees by jumping from too high.
Yeah, you could do like a charge shot, and if it was like a humid area, you could see like a reflection of her face on the visor.
Yeah.
The whole screen was a visor. That was the coolest shit to me when I was a kid.
Oh,
I
me
was like,
too. That was the first GameCube game I ever had, and it was so immersive. And
that's
that's
when I
actually
was
like
like-
legit immersion.
Yeah. And that's what I was. That's the first time I was like, she's beautiful.
No, I feel that. Was that?
God damn it,
That was
Logan.
just me clapping my hands as a small 12-year-old. That's it.
I thought you meant
Yeah,
something
sure.
more like.
Oh God.
It's
So
gross, right?
wet and gross sounding. Yeah.
I'm literally
Hey,
just
at least
pulling
he
on my
didn't do
cheek.
his, at least he didn't do his motorboating noise. Oh my God.
What's the motorboat?
Did you
Hold on, I
ever-
need to know the motorboating noise now.
Did you?
have
Okay,
you
so
seen our little Sakura Santa videos?
I have not.
Okay.
after this stream, you need to go watch both of them because they're fucking wonderful. I think they're
will.
my favorite episodes of anything we've ever done. They're so funny because it was like late at night. It was like right before Christmas, so we were just about to not talk each other for like a week and a half. So we had to get all our shit out. and our
How do you
release
spell
was
the
Sakura
name?
Santa. Sakura Santa.
Oh, okay.
And we did 2 episodes on it. It was fucking fantastic. Benji put some spice in. Ethan put some spice in. I put some spice in. Even my cat put some spice in. She wasn't even there. Or maybe she was. I don't remember.
What?
But yeah, those
don't know.
episodes are gold.
Maggie makes just like a little.
Oh, is Maggie the cat?
Yeah, Maggie's my
Yeah.
cat. She's actually right here, but I don't want to wake her up because she'll eat my fucking face off. Not even joking.
That is something that cats will do. They're kind of manipulative
Yeah.
assholes.
She's usually okay with it, but like lately she's been feisty as hell because I guess I took too long to clean her litter box. So like she's been shooting me looks like every time I leave my room.
When my
Looks at me.
ex-girlfriend would give her her cat a bath, and that's not an innuendo. That's like legitimately exactly what was happening. Like the cat would be so distrustful of her for like a month, and just like sit over there like on the other side of the room and just like glare at her.
Yeah, that's how you keep distance between you and your feline roommate.
Oh no.
Meanwhile,
that reminds me.
With dogs, you give them a bath and they're visibly uncomfortable for like an hour, but at the same time they're still like, but I still love you. Why would you do this to me?
Dude, my dogs love baths. You kidding me?
Really?
Yeah. Well, except for the old one, because she's not good at getting in and out of the tub. But we just spray her down with a
Neither
water
am I.
hose. That's fine. Do you have something to say, Ethan?
Oh,
Just got
when we were talking about the cats getting wet, we had
That's
my
an
cat
innuendo
out-
if I've
out
ever
on-
heard one.
God, I can't believe you say such a dirty thing on a live podcast.
We had my cat out on the front porch, and it's like enclosed during the summer. And I realized that she was like panting and stuff like that. I'd never seen a cat pant, so I was freaking out. I'm like, oh my god, she's overheating. She's a black cat. This can't be fun for her. So I'm like, okay, I need to get her wet. So I took out a spray bottle and just started spraying her, and she was freaking out. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm a terrible human
man.
being, but this is helping you, I promise.
Let me spray water on this fur-covered animal to cool them down real quick.
Was
Just
it
let me
something
do
that you did previously as like a disciplinary measure? Because like a lot of
No.
people when they have cats, they'll spray them with a bottle every time they do something like get up on a counter, for example.
I think I did that. I did that to Ethan once at his house.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Well, his mom had. You remember Ethan? Because I think we were playing Smash Bros. And his mom had like a spray bottle, and I guess she sprayed him on the head with it like playfully, and then she set it down, and like my little brain was like, this would be a good device. And then I think he threw me off the stage in the game, and I was like, bad boy. I just sprayed him with the spray bottle.
That's
You
amazing.
remember that? Good times.
Yeah, I can't wait to go back to and rejoin up with you and kick your ass in some Smash Bros
Oh,
again.
yeah. I can't wait to be able to do face cam like all the big boys.
I
all the
I
big
bought a
boys.
green screen, but my room's not big enough for it, and I used to use it because my setup was like basically just entirely geared around my YouTube channel. Oh, Avery
Oh.
1234 wants me to get into my flying car. I guess I'll do that. But I moved
no
my
big
setup
deal.
around. Yeah, I've got a DeLorean and it flies.
What is
He's playing
Grand
Grand Theft Auto.
5?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's gotten crazy, dude.
Oh yeah, there's also like a boat car. I know that probably
Yeah.
didn't explain it very well.
Not to mention the gliding motorcycle and jetpacks.
Oh yeah, I was
Just as a side
driving
note.
around the plane bike earlier,
Yeah.
but what was I saying? I forgot.
Something about your setup.
Oh yeah,
Your green
screen
screen.
and like I want to get back to using the green screen because frankly it makes a world of difference in terms of the amount of space that's wasted on the screen, because I feel like with it the way it is, it's kind of frivolous. Like there's a lot of real estate that's taken up by the face cam that should be used for the game.
There's a lot of ad space here that could be being used.
Maybe.
Wait, you just
Yeah.
said the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Not the stupidest thing. I've heard a lot of stupid things.
Oh.
Have you ever
who
heard
the
a song by
hell?
Gwen Stefani? Sorry, I'm just kidding.
She's still around, Gwen Stefani?
I mean, probably. She hasn't
she's
probably
still
died
doing
of
stuff.
drugs yet.
That's
Hasn't pulled an
unfortunate.
Amy Winehouse yet, I don't think.
Amy, oh god, what did she do? She was big. Like
well, basically
1 year in high
everyone in her
school.
life failed her. It's a
No.
sad story.
Oh, so it wasn't her fault. What,
You
what's
guys
up?
have entered
Well, I mean,
into the
she still
social
had to do all
realm,
the
and I'm
drugs and
like
stuff, but-
totally out of my league here.
What's
I
up,
don't
man?
know anything about what you guys are talking about. It's just like
We've
oh,
entered culture. And Ethan doesn't know what's going on. Real quick though, I want to thank Andrew. I think it was Andrew Neff just subscribed. So thanks, buddy.
Oh, cool.
I know
He's the
me
guy who
calling you
actually made
buddy
this channel.
sounds. That's amazing. The
Yeah.
CEO of
The CEO of the
Bomb
Bombadiers,
Squad
yeah.
is-
The lowest
is
ranking
giving
member.
us the blessing. The the lowest ranking human, or whatever I said
Yeah.
earlier.
It's funny stuff.
But I know me calling you buddy sounds condescending as hell, but I really don't mean it that way. Thank you for subbing. And that's all I wanted to say.
So what about best video game music?
Oh god, hands down, Metal Gear Solid.
all right,
Dun-
Metal Gear
dun,
Solid
dun,
has
dun,
such good
dun,
music.
dun, dun.
Yeah.
yeah, but like
You know, I've
it's
never
so
actually
good,
played a
dude.
Metal Gear Solid game except for Twin Snakes, and I only got like 5 minutes into that one.
Oh, dude, they're so good.
It's on my to-do
I just
list.
I wish they were better for like YouTube because they're half cutscenes and that's not good. I mean, you could if you were as entertaining as the actual Game Grumps, I'm sure you could pull it off, but we're not, so we can't.
I mean, if you have like a face cam, you could probably like just start drinking copious amounts of alcohol, or like chug a bottle of hot sauce in every cutscene, or like do 20 push-ups or something.
okay.
But
Oh,
We actually
yeah.
talked about the push-ups thing.
Yeah,
but,
you want to tell him about your little idea, Ethan?
let's hear it.
yeah. So if we ever decide to make the mistake that is go back to like a different Dark Souls game after this playthrough, every single time we die, we hand the controller off to the other person, and the person that was playing goes and does the like 20 push-ups or something like that,
Dudes.
and like we keep switching off like that. And
And what would you call it, Ethan?
oh wait, oh yeah, Dark Souls.
Dark Souls. Avery1234. This is actually a private, like
Ziggy
solo
38.
session, and it's really just there for entertainment while we're talking. But the focus is actually the podcast part, not the Grand Theft Auto part.
Yeah, I don't know. You could literally put like
Genital
triple
jousting.
X material. Yeah, you could put anything on your screen. I'd have no idea.
Have you guys ever played genital jousting? Because you should get it.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, oh my god, not
disgusting.
that.
Oh
Cody
yeah, it's
bought it.
disgusting.
Cody of our
Oh, CNS broadcasts, Cody.
brother channel. Yep. The Cody
know,
that we make fun of.
I looked for their channel like 20 times because I didn't know how they spelt that. Like I knew it was a C and an S, but I didn't know how they did the N. Like if it was ampersand or N or whatever. And it's actually C and S broadcasts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
We shit on them a lot.
I know you do. And
Yeah,
they also
dude,
do like
and
really long videos.
Oh yeah, the episode of Dark Souls is coming out. Ethan knows what I'm talking about, but the episode that's coming out of Dark Souls tomorrow is like quality.
Wait, what?
I'm looking forward to
It was
seeing
the
it.
one.
That's
It
my
was the
favorite.
one before we started recording. I was like, all right, Ethan, listen, like unrelenting levels of energy, and he was like, all right,
God, no.
give me 30 seconds.
It's like, don't
We
even give
started
me
recording.
spicy. Give me fucking ghost pepper or go home.
Yeah, I think I hit start record on OBS and I just like screamed.
Oh, by the way, did you ever get the separate audio sources figured out?
Yes, but in the process, the bit rate of our setup changed, so
Gotcha.
and like a bunch of other shit probably changed too. It just went unnoticed. So like the next 7 episodes of anything that come out, well, the next 5 are like a little choppy. They're still watchable. They're not like the laggy Dark Souls episodes that we had like early on.
Oh
There's
yeah,
like
frame rate
3,
souls.
You know, yeah.
But the
you know
thing
exactly
is,
what
even
I'm
with
talking
the frame rate, like it was still enjoyable.
about. Well, yeah, because it's basically
the show
like
is
a
more about the
podcast with
commentary
game on
than
the
the
background.
exactly, and that's what Game Grumps I
Yeah.
think do.
Which is why it'd be weird when we do face cam because it's like a whole nother dimension
Yeah.
of like, you know. And then Ethan will probably scratch his nuts on camera a bunch of times, but that's fine.
Oh no.
I do remember, what was it, the Dark Souls episode where he was like, "What is wrong with me?" And you're like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, I pulled my butt cheeks apart." What was the thing?
Yeah. I do know exactly what you're. I could find
I
the
mean-
exact episode
Oh
probably.
boy, that was
It's just
amazing.
because like I don't know.
No, I get it. I get
don't-
it. I completely get it. I'm not like there's no judgment applied because I sometimes do the same thing. I just
there was like
I
there was
just wasn't
one
expecting
time
to
when
hear about
when
it.
he was like, why do I do so much fucked up shit? And I was like, Ethan, what did you do? And he's like, I think he said that. And then I was like, what the hell is wrong with you? Why do you do these things? And he's like, I don't do that much fucked up shit. And I was like, I'm pretty sure 5 minutes ago before we started recording, you told me that you scratched your nuts and then sniffed your hand. And he's like, what?
What?
No.
That's
That
not
was a Dark
that's not
Souls
that
episode.
fucked up.
Yeah, that's not that fucked up.
Yeah,
It's
the
just
scratch and sniff is a common maneuver.
gross. Scratch and sniff.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
it's to check your health.
Not to be confused with the ejaculate and evacuate. That's a different
Yeah,
thing.
you should just go back
Yeah.
to like eating copious amounts of buffalo chicken during the recording, right, Logan?
Was that a thing that happened?
Oh god, there was like a RE0 episode where he was just eating the entire time. It was me doing a solo LP with him occasionally being like in the background. That's pretty much what it could be summed up to.
That's
Oh,
amazing.
it's terrible.
So my answer, by the way, for best video game music would probably be The Wind Waker.
Okay.
That game was like
yeah.
the soundtrack to my like middle school and early high school life.
Wow. I never played Wind Waker. I missed that train. Ethan didn't.
Oh yeah,
Just watching.
well,
I
I
love it.
mean, I kind of did as a child, but then I went back and bought the GameCube game like at a retro games store, and like yeah, I fell in love. I was already a Legend of Zelda fan, and
Oh, me too.
uh,
It was like
just
my second or third
fantastic.
Zelda game ever. My first was Link's Awakening DX for the Game Boy, but like I had played a little bit of Ocarina of Time, and it was like my friend was right at the Ganon fight, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is the coolest thing ever, and I want it." Mom, can you buy me Zelda? And I didn't have an N64, so she bought me Zelda on the system I did have, which was the Game Boy. Not the same. Not even close.
Were you like expecting the exact same thing but on a little screen?
Yep. I was like 6.
Yeah.
So Avery1234 wants to know if you know about Logan Paul. And yes, we do. We don't want to talk about that piece of shit. So let's
Yeah.
talk about Ethan. What is your choice for best video game music?
I don't really pay attention much to the music, but I played a little bit of Shadow Colossus when I was visiting Logan, and I really
Oh,
loved the
dude.
soundtrack to that.
Oh yes, yes.
I love
Yeah,
it.
God, I don't even know what the word is. It's so
Season?
symbolic of like that time.
Oh, completely.
Also,
Because
Games.
the PS2 is one of the first systems to have like orchestral quality music.
Oh yeah,
Because
hell yeah.
it did straight up CD-ROMs.
I love games with orchestral scores.
also,
But the
Twilight
thing is-
Princess, that was pretty good music too,
You know,
especially the Hyrule Field.
I didn't like Twilight Princess music as much as I liked Wind Waker. Not even close, personally, because I felt like they used the same theme throughout the whole game, and it got a little tiresome after a while. But with that said, I still enjoy it more than Skyward Sword because it's all memorable. You know, it's better to
Yeah.
have memorable and tiresome than Skyward Sword, which
Yeah.
is just tiresome and not memorable. Like even Breath
Yeah,
of the
there's
Wild, I didn't
so
think had a
many
very
themes like
memorable
that.
score. The music was
So
good.
many-
It wasn't memorable.
So many games like that. Yeah, like Skyrim with the Dragonborn song. Like,
Oh yeah.
they play it so much that like you just get kind of sick of it, and like you hear it so much. And then like there's games like Metal Gear Solid where like you hear the main theme once in the game, and that's like the most important part of the game, and you're just like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of the
goosebumps
Dragonborn
wash
song,
over my body.
you know how like you go into an inn and then you can like just ask them to stop singing? Like I want a mod where it's like super realistic, so they just tell you to
Oh my
fuck
gosh.
off when you tell
That's
them. that.
amazing. I bet they have that. There are
You-
like a bazillion mods for Skyrim.
Oh, dude, Ethan, you just reminded me. I play a lot of modded Skyrim, especially lately because I do studying games with it. So like every time I kill someone, I'll look at a term or whatever, and it really helps. But you just reminded me. I don't know what mod it was, but it adds like a 3-person band to the Windhelm Inn, the Candle Hearth Hall, something like that.
Yeah.
And it is fucking atrocious. they use the vanilla like vocals and like the music, but the way Skyrim does its dialogue thing is like you can't sync shit up, so like everybody's like a half step off each other.
Oh no!
Oh my god, it's so horrible.
Oh
It's
no!
so horrible.
So since you're a musician, I bet that bothers you way more than it would most people.
I mean, I don't want to say I'm a musician because I don't. I mean, yeah, I am a musician, but I don't.
Logan,
I'm not.
don't be
I'm
modest.
not in a
You're
band.
great.
Well, you don't have to be in a
you were
band
the
to be a
one-
musician.
You were the one who said like 30 minutes ago that like we're not YouTubers because we don't have 100 subs. So how about you shut your mouth? I'm a musician, but I don't know a shit ton about music theory like most musicians do.
That's fair. I probably wouldn't have I dropped out of college the first time I went, but I wouldn't have learned theory if I hadn't gone to the college that I had gone to. I was studying music education because I wanted to be a music teacher. Right now I'm studying computer science because I've always wanted to be a game developer. And I have a couple irons in the fire on like getting started with that, but nothing concrete yet. But the 3 semesters of theory I took have made my playing and my skill as a musician way better.
Yeah, they probably would, but I took piano class in high school and I hated the theory section so much that I stopped playing instruments for a long time. And I picked it back up. And I know the basic shit that you need, like key and steps and
Right.
things like that, but like shit that's like what is the a Dorian scale, or like
Oh, Dorian
I can't
scales are-
sing like an E flat or whatever. Yeah, I don't know any of that shit. I
Well,
just
I'm
know
lucky
basic
because
stuff.
I was born with perfect pitch, which I don't talk about very often. But like, the way that we found it was that my dad was singing AC/DC's "Back in Black," and I was like, "That's not the note it starts on. It starts on this note." And then I sang it, and he put the cassette tape in the player that we had, because this was like I was maybe 4 or 5 years old, and he was like, "Holy shit, that is the right note," and so. Lo and behold,
That's amazing.
yeah. So
I
now I
mean-
can like, now that I've actually been studying music and playing for, geez, I've been playing bass for 14 years. And now that I've got that base of knowledge, like you can sing a note or play a note on
Nice
the piano and I'll be able to. That wasn't even
Sorry.
intentional.
You
That's amazing.
You made a pun you didn't mean to.
I love unintentional puns. They're my favorite. By the way, Sean says that Nier Automata is amazing music.
Oh hell
But
yeah!
now that I've got that knowledge, I can tell you exactly what note or even what chord and like the quality of the chord that you play or sing or whatever. And
Oh, you can you?
yeah.
Oh, no.
Demonstrate.
Oh no, really doing this? Oh,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah. Just so
just,
he
like-
can prove himself.
Okay.
Okay, I'm done.
I don't know if I'm in tune. Hold on.
That's an E. Yep, you're in tune.
Okay, I'm good. You ready?
Yep.
What was that?
That was a. It sounds like a B flat, but it's like second inversion.
You're very close. That's an A major.
Oh, it's just an A major.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. That is an A major. I mean, obviously,
All
you're
right.
right
Here's a
if you-
real easy one.
That's a D.
Oh yeah. The team captain. All right.
What?
I don't know. Well, D major's like the main, like that's your go-to right there.
Oh, really? For me, it's G.
I really like D major. Okay. Here's
Yeah,
another
for
one.
obvious reasons.
Are you saying that? Are you trying to imply that Logan likes the D major?
How dare you? I don't know that many. I just realized I've been out of practice so long. I don't know. I don't remember many chords. What's in? Oh fuck. Okay. Here's one.
That sounds like an
It's
A
a
minor.
minor. Yep, that's an A minor.
What do you get when you drop a
Joey.
piano down a mine shaft?
What?
A flat minor.
I need to put this guitar away.
No, I feel you.
Please.
So I guess the
One less
next
bad taste in my mouth.
topic would be sequels that already have. Oh fuck. Sequels that already have our money.
Elder Scrolls. 100%.
If they make an Elder Scrolls 6, because online didn't count, I
mean,
like
they
most people
will.
would be all over
It's
that.
inevitable. But
Yeah,
like,
but I mean,
when
they're
they
still
announce it-
re-releasing Skyrim without fixing any of the bugs.
Half-Life
Yeah.
3.
I'm
sorry.
As
That
the years
joke
go
is-
on, I care less and less about Half-Life 3 because,
That joke's just like dead
Um,
by this point. I'm
that's a good
sorry.
but like the second the next like major Elder Scrolls installment is announced, I'm putting in a pre-order, and that's coming from me as a person who's against pre-ordering in general.
Oh, totally.
Thanks to No Man's Sky.
Yeah, because of No Man's Sky.
Not just No Man's Sky especially, but like a lot of games, like you can pre-order something that's going to be available for download digitally. What's the point of pre-ordering in the first place? You know? It's usually a bonus, right?
Well, yeah, the bonus is that the game, when you're on PC, when you pre-order a game and it's like early download, it's ready to play when it's comes out, and you don't have to wait for it to finish downloading. I guess would be the silver lining of that.
That's a good point. I would definitely want a new F-Zero game, personally. I actually really liked
yeah.
F-Zero X, and F-Zero GX was pretty good, but I want them to like take the Mario Kart approach where like in Mario Kart 8 the music is so fucking ridiculously funky.
Funky in a good way.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. I love the soundtrack from Mario Kart 8.
Bass slapping funky.
Oh god,
I'm
yeah,
gonna-
and it's like super hip fusion funk jazz band, like with horns and everything, and it's just really really cool. I love it. That's my type of music.
I'm gonna take advantage of this because you play F-Zero. So does Captain Falcon's moves in Smash Bros have anything to do with any of the games, or are they just made up?
As far as I'm aware, they're pretty much just made up because you don't really ever get out of your F-Zero cart. I don't know what they're called, and stuff in F-Zero. So I guess they just gave him like a punch and then a kick and then a dive, and then later on like
and then
an
another
uppercut.
punch.
Yeah.
Another kick.
Real
Another
talk
one.
though, they changed the way that he said Falcon Punch between 64 and Melee, and I didn't like it. It went from Falcon Punch to Falcon Punch.
Yeah, it really separates it. But the symbolic one is the melee one. I don't even know what the 64 one sounded like. It's been so long.
Oh, the 64 one is to me the most symbolic, but no one will ever get tired of "Show me your boobs."
Dude, that his like taunt, because me and my sisters used to play Smash Bros all the time because I have 2 older sisters, and like we made that joke independent of any like internet input. Like we had no idea it was already a thing. He's like, oh, he says, "Show me your boobs." That's how obvious it is.
Oh, I love it.
So obviously, show me your boobs.
Oh God, yeah. Like,
Oh.
and then one of my friends was
No.
So I grew up in New Hampshire, so I had a friend up there who, whenever we would play Smash Brothers, he'd be like, "Show me a moose," and I was like, "No, you're thinking Maine."
You're lagging a little, friend Reno.
I'm lagging. Uh-oh.
Can you hear him? Can you hear him all right?
Uh-oh.
I can hear him now. I think it fixed itself.
Okay.
Did
Can
you
you guys
stop
hear me okay?
downloading inappropriate things? Yeah.
Hey, just because I was downloading Sexy Samus Part 10 doesn't mean you have to get on my case about it.
Sexy Samus Part 10. Is that like a fan-made compilation?
It's one of the early ones.
Yeah. Late 2008.
Yeah.
Goes good with bread and butter wine.
Bread and butter wine.
You match it. Dude, there's people that pair insects with like wine and eat them. It's like, so this is a rhino beetle. It goes good with Samuel Adams 1982. Samuel Adams is a beer, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't know any. I could have come up with a fancy wine name, but
This is the dung beetle of southern Africa, and it goes very well with a 1982 California Cabernet Sauvignon because they
There
both
you
taste
go.
like shit.
I was waiting for him to say shit. I was like, when is he gonna say it?
No, I actually really do
This
like
is,
Cab Sav though.
This is. I'm trying to come up with my best condescending rich guy voice.
Of course.
If you could see my face, my upper lip goes at like 3 inches when I do it.
That's amazing.
This is a dung beetle. It goes well with toothpaste because you're gonna need that to clean the shit taste out of your mouth.
That's amazing.
It's half surfer.
Emperor Scorpion. It goes very well with Pinot Grigio. It's been chilled exactly to 42 degrees because I love the smell of my own farts.
Dude. Logan, your voice doesn't compare to his. Stop trying.
Hold on. We need a Benji edit here.
Oh god.
That's a classic Ethan call out right there.
Oh man. I think Ethan's called him out like twice. And he's afraid to again because Benji will roast the fuck out of him.
What so
Does every time.
I definitely saw the you need to shut the fuck up. I definitely saw that one, but what was the other one?
Oh man. God, I don't remember. I think
we just barely got to New Londo, and we were fighting the giant soldiers, and fuck. I told Benji to do something.
I've probably seen this.
Okay, wait. Oh no, I remember. I was talking to Benji before. Remember how he like responds sometimes with quick little sentences?
Oh yeah.
And I was chastising him.
Wait, was it the one where you were like, you put your stuff up too quickly, and he was like, I'm not gonna change my style just because you have a terrible reading speed.
I remember exactly.
He put that like super fast up and just like, oh, god damn.
Well, he also threw in a couple punches in there. He said you looked like the deflated version of the singer of Lifehouse.
That's amazing. Benji, honestly, Benji is definitely a positive addition to Two Guys One Up.
Benji's the cornerstone.
The cornerstone.
And he's been looking at like jobs and professional editing, and I tell him he could do it, but he's like, "No, man, I need the training." And I'm like, "What training? Have you seen the Gary's Mod videos that you've edited on my channel?
Oh,
they're fucking old."
You know,
like God, there's so many good examples. Like when Dan jumped off the bridge and he spliced in Assassin's Creed footage.
Oh god,
so good, so fucking good.
Gets just fucking hit by a car after that. Oh my god.
Benji's great. Honestly, it reminds me of the time once on my channel I had a guest editor. I think his name is like Skylar Hates Alice or something like that, and he's blown up in subs lately because of course he has, because he edits really well. But he edited one of my videos on Guts and Glory, and he was fucking awesome. And he was like, let me know if you have more stuff that you want me to edit. And I'm like, dude, I can't ask you to do that. I feel like I have to pay you for this because you're doing such a damn good job.
Yeah.
You know?
I felt that way at first with Benji, and then he was like, nah, man, don't fucking... I do this because it's fun, and I like shitting on you guys and you not being able to do anything about it because it's in post.
I could totally use an editor like that, to be completely honest.
If I keep shitting on Benji's skill, then his confidence is gonna stay down there, and then he won't eventually ask us for pay. He'll just be like, "Oh yeah, I still need that practice." That's why he hasn't gone after those high editing jobs.
It's because you keep taking down his confidence, which leads to some of the best moments on the show, of course. You have a winning formula for success here. Keep Benji's confidence down.
Yeah, keep shitting on it. Benji, if you're listening, which you're probably not, but if you are, you suck and everybody hates you.
Despite everything that we've said about how good you are.
Just kidding. Love you, buddy. Love you, Benj. Benj. I'm going to start calling him Benj.
Oh,
even shorter than the shortened version of his name.
So
Dude,
one of my best
cut
friends
my head off.
One of my best friends is named TJ, and he's the drummer in the band I'm in, and he was like, the sax player Dave was like, "Hey Tej, are you free this day?" And he it was over text, so he actually added 2 letters so he could spell Tej. So it was Teej. And TJ was like, "Why are you adding 2 letters to shorten a name that's only 2 syllables?"
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's something special.
Oh god, yeah.
I don't even know what to say to that. That's stupid. That's a stupid thing to do.
Hey, I would love that if people could actually make a nickname out of my name, but my mom picked it specifically so people couldn't. It's terrible.
I call you by your middle name sometimes. I call you Philip. every once in a while.
Oh, you could just call him Phil then.
But it's like I have to hit the Philip really hard. I have to be like, "Fuck you, Philip!" Like you got to get the F. You got to curl your entire lip under your front teeth, and like, you got to hit the P with as much saliva spitting out as possible.
That's amazing. I love it. Do you guys watch South Park at all?
Not in a long time.
Yeah, I've seen like one episode, and that's about it. I don't watch.
I saw the game.
Yeah, me neither.
I saw the Stick of Truth.
Definitely don't watch South Park.
Definitely wasn't hoping to make a connection.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think either of you guys have like particularly nicknameable names. I mean, you guys both have the AN at the end of your names. That's about it. Like, I'm not gonna start calling you Logue and Eth because that's just dumb. Well, you're secretly hoping for me to do that. Just, I hope he calls me Logue.
Well, my nicknames are like a double-edged sword because like when I worked at Burger King in high school, they called me Logie.
Logie?
Called me Logie. It turned into Logie Pierogi, and I was like, "Oh, stop!" And then I worked in McDonald's this last summer, and they called me Wolverine because I was named after Wolverine. And I was like, "Fuck yes!"
That's
coolest,
so that's a good one.
Coolest.
Like Sean in the chat right now, for Halloween he was Wolverine, but his name's not Logan, so you know. Just you don't have the.
It's a connection waiting to happen. If there's a CEO from Marvel that's watching this and you want to get in touch,
I know you're watching.
I know you're watching on your deathbed. Call me. I will be in your movie. Fuck that Australian guy that's like super handsome and a good actor.
And shredded as fuck.
Oh my god. He does not want to be in any more movies. He only agreed to Logan because they were going to kill him.
Well, spoilers first of all. Second of all. Yeah, because you're not supposed to say that before.
Oh my god. I almost cried. Oh.
So the last one I saw was it called The Wolverine, where he goes to Japan?
Oh yeah.
That was decent.
Oh wait, so that was a spoiler. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
It's all good.
Yeah, good one.
I wasn't gonna watch it anyway. Realistically, and I mean, it's a superhero movie. Like the plot's gonna be that impressive.
Yeah,
it's not Citizen Kane.
Can't get into superhero movies for whatever reason. I think it's because they're all the same. Good guys save the world at the end most of the time.
I don't know. I mean, like I feel like the Batman trilogy by Christopher Nolan stuck out. I almost called him Christopher Nolan. That's not how you pronounce that name.
You ain't get no land. Not for you.
Yeah, no Homestead Act for you.
No space for you to put your farm crops.
That's right.
Not gonna happen.
Right. Am I getting messaged?
That's mine. I had the audio share on because we recorded last week and I still haven't turned it off. That's my
gotcha.
Logan.
It's okay. So you can do audio share on Discord?
No, I use an external program called Voice Meter to mix.
Is it Voice Meter Banana?
It's just Voice Meter.
Okay.
It's made by a company that mentions something about banana, but I don't remember what.
I gotcha.
Logan,
banana hammock, probably.
What thing?
The mouse thing.
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about, but I'm not going to do it because that's stupid, and you hang on jokes for way too long. Have you seen that edit of the like National Geographic footage that's like a mouse, and it's like the narration is like, "She's a wolf in mouse clothing," and then like the mouse opens their mouse mouth,
Oh my god.
and they go like, "Oh,
oh yeah."
Yeah, you know exactly.
Oh my god,
what
I know
I'm
exactly.
about.
Yes, where it's like ah.
Yeah,
I love stuff like that. Like, have you guys seen the video of the gophers going like, "Ellen, Ellen, Ellen, Ellen"?
I think I have. Yeah.
I love that. It just makes no sense.
I think Logan's favorite among like animals, you know, being edited in with human speech is when the crocodile is being killed by like a fuck ton of hippos, and like you can just hear the screams, and then like it goes underwater.
Yeah.
And they're
Oh god.
slightly.
And it's got that. It's because of the song in the background. It's like skies blue.
Is that some Louis Armstrong
Because
there?
it's got fucking it's got some Louis Armstrong in the background. The crocodile's just like, ah! And then when he goes underwater with the hippos, it's like, ah! It's so flawlessly edited. It's
That's
so
amazing.
good.
Love it.
But that's my second favorite, Ethan. My first favorite is when the woman is filming the dog and she's like, Remy, sit, speak. And then he's like, fuck. And she's like, "Good
I
boy."
love that one. That's a classic.
So fucking good. So good.
I
I
like
downloaded it on my phone in high school, actually.
I like the one where Snoop Dogg is like observing some fucking meerkats or something, and they're like fighting a crocodile or something, and he's like, "What is these animals? Is it like a weasel?"
That shit's crazy. I think I remember something like that.
It's really funny.
Snoop Dogg's like the king of like being the king, but at the same time not knowing what the fuck is going on.
Have you ever seen that comedy roast show or whatever, or like it's a roast battle or whatever? And Snoop Dogg was one of the judges on it or something.
Only heard the whispers. Only heard the whispers of the legends.
He's so very clearly high all the time.
You know, people say that he's a really cool dude, but I don't know. I don't know if he's a really cool dude or if he's just fucking baked all the time.
I mean, if you're baked all the time, you're probably pretty cool, or also unemployed.
I mean, that's what my mom says.
Is that what your mom says?
No, it's not. That was a joke.
I figured. I just, if that was what your mom was saying, I didn't want to judge,
Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, of course. Far be it, I'm not here to cast judgment.
Dude, Logan's mom is rude. She sneezed, and I asked for her number, and then I texted her "bless you," and she didn't respond. Oh
yeah,
God.
Yeah.
What was she supposed to say?
Well, Ethan and I were in a Discord, and then he heard her sneeze in the background. And he was like, "Give me your mom's number. I have to say bless you." And I was like, "All right, fine." And he did it. And I think she approached me later and was like, "Do you know this number?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's Ethan." She's like, "Oh, what a dick."
What a dick.
She didn't say that, but it was in the tone of her voice. Not as bad as Skylar's mom, mind you. Ethan's got a story about that, I think.
So I don't really know much about Cody and Skylar. Are they are they IRL friends of you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And which one's the fat one, with the tactical penis?
With the tactical.
What?
Oh, that's Skylar has a tactical penis, I think.
Oh.
I was honestly, I was like,
tactical penis.
No, I thought that bit was so funny. I was telling my girlfriend about it over the phone the other day. I was like, there's this one channel, and they were talking about like this tactical penis, where it's like, it's big enough to get the job done and not much else. It's not there to impress anyone.
Dude, Skylar degrades himself fucking constantly. It's amazing.
But self-defecation is funny.
Self-defecation is a different thing. First
I
of all.
Yeah.
You played it so straight, I didn't think you were joking.
Thank you.
Did he just say? Does he know what he just said?
Oh yeah. Talking about shitting myself.
Cody and Skylar are cool.
Are they?
Yeah.
Skylar's cool. That's about
Skylar's cool. Cody's cool too, but he makes a lot of questionable decisions in his editing.
Oh yeah.
Like
is he the editor?
Well, I mean, first of all, they're funny dudes. Like, they get mad at each other so much, and it's so entertaining to witness. Which is what I have to say to preface the fact that Cody did a Best of Afro Samurai compilation.
Yeah.
And like, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to grab the viewer's attention at the beginning of a video.
Of course.
And he put like the entire 2 or 3 minute intro to the game that plays when you start up the game before
How is that
the
a best
funny
of?
stuff. Well, it's a best of, but with that at the beginning. So like, at first it's like about the game. It's like, ooh, check out the opening cutscene, and then like suddenly Skylar's like, "Let's play," which is his signature intro.
That's
He
funny.
like makes fire in his hands.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking about that on the Dark Souls, where you were like, I forget what your intro is, but you're like, oh, let's play, and then the other one, I don't remember who's saying what at this point, but you guys are like, let's play, and then one of you guys is like, classic CNS intro, and then the other one's like, no, you gotta rub your hands together a bunch.
Yeah, that was Ethan. Ethan's like, no, you gotta do it right, and I was like, fine.
That's good.
Yeah, they started their channel. little
because
while
Logan
ago.
moved away and I'm still here, they actually invited me to record a bunch with them. But I said that on the Dark Souls a little bit, and yeah,
yeah,
they
you did
just
like
get
6
super
hours of it.
angry. It's just
Yeah.
Logan and I have such a good,
You guys are
know,
mellow,
dynamic
but
working
like
for us.
you're goofy but mellow.
Well, we're
Yeah.
mellow most of the time.
Yeah, unless it's fucking
Every
Four
once in a
Kings.
while.
Oh, no. Oh,
What's your favorite
Oh,
Dark
God,
Souls
I
boss? Or and
My
your least favorite,
Dark
both
Souls
of them.
boss? Well, it's hard for me to separate most difficult from least favorite because in entirety of Dark Souls or just Dark Souls 1.
I guess Dark Souls 1 because that's the only one I've played.
Least favorite boss is probably either the gargoyles or the Abyss
fucking hate the
Kings.
gargoyles.
Just because they're like not interesting.
Yeah.
My most favorite is probably Artorias from the DLC, which is funny because he's also the hardest boss in the game, but he's like
Yeah.
interesting
Yeah.
and like fast and
Yeah.
like panicking because there's no
Oh god.
there's
Yeah.
no other bosses in the game like that like when you get to that area you're like, oh god, he can move faster than I do. What do I do?
Yeah,
It's
I
a
mean,
funny situation.
like the closest thing of immediate like oh fuck is probably the Capra Demon.
Oh yeah. That one is
Dude, that one bit where you were like, "Hey, you get back down there, Capra Demon." That was so fucking funny.
I love that you know all our bits. I've never had this experience of people knowing our things before.
I watched it
Cool.
recently, so I have a bit of a leg up on that.
Dude, the Capra Demon boss fight. I think I said it in the playthrough at some point, but the most dangerous part of that fight is like the first 5 seconds.
Yeah,
And after that, you're good.
yeah.
You're
Because you
good.
can just do the
escape.
like,
No.
you can do the jumping, or like falling whatever attack on his fucking head.
Mm-hmm. And then he's done.
yeah.
I also
After a
remember
couple.
when you were fighting him, you were like, "Please don't come up here, dog." And you were drinking your Estus flask, and he left you alone. He was like right there next to you, and he just didn't do anything.
Good dog. Give him like a little milk biscuit.
A little milk bone.
Pat him on the head. Why did I say milk biscuit? That's like a normal food.
Is it?
I don't know.
I've never had a milk biscuit in my life.
Well, I mean, a milk biscuit sounds more like a human food than a milk bone.
True. I've never had a milk bone
Oh.
either, but my dog has. Well, she did. when
I've
she
had a
was
milk
alive.
bone or two. They're pretty good.
A milk boner.
Milk bones. Well, they're.
Excuse you. All of my boners are dairy free because I sleep with girls that are lactose intolerant.
Because my girlfriend. Did you? That reminds me of that argument of like, do vegetarians suck dick? Because like, they don't eat meat, and it's like, God, I
You
don't know. Do they?
I love that. I love that joke.
It's funny. It's funny until someone gets their feelings hurt by it, and then it's twice as funny because
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
It's like, how else are they supposed to get their protein? Come on.
Oh God.
Oh no. Oh.
So to change the subject, did you ever see the video of Tomato Way we did?
No,
Oh
but
my
I've been
God.
meaning to check that out because I saw Jim Sterling's review of it, and it looks like a real piece of shit.
Oh man. So the story of that is, we did a video on it and we shit on it relentlessly because it's a shitty game, and the developer of the game commented on our video and like disliked it.
That's funny.
And I tried to be nice about it and be like, yeah, we might give it another try if you want.
Tomato Way looks like it's pretty bad.
It's not a great game.
We didn't
Yeah,
know
I
what
mean-
the hell was happening. It
And
was like,
as
mean,
a
it's a-
developer, like if you get, by the way, Rachel's my girlfriend, by the way. She says cum is ethical protein.
Yeah, perfect way to look at it right there.
Yeah, it's
Amazing.
it's humane. You're not killing anything. You're actually making someone very happy.
We're closing moral boundaries here on Lazy Saturday.
Exactly. But what were we talking about, Tomato Way? As a developer, if you see your game getting called out for having flaws, your reaction should not be, "Hey, fuck you, my game doesn't have flaws." It should
Well,
be like,
I mean, also as a game player, you shouldn't shit on it relentlessly, and you should look at it in a professional setting. But that being said, when you're a Let's Player, that shit's fine.
Yeah, you're
because
not a
that's
game
what
reviewer.
you're supposed to do. Yeah.
I just
You're
uppercut
you're
a
supposed
fucking
to
police
show.
officer into the fucking harbor.
Dude, fucking congratulations.
Fucking thank
I
you.
really wish that I had Grand
Fucking
Theft Auto
appreciate it.
5 and I could actually play games and Discord at the same time without my internet going to trash.
So,
Oh yeah, yeah.
what was the thing that prompted your internet to crap out? Was it like your sister is making a phone call or something, a FaceTime?
Oh, that was what I thought it was, but it turns out that my internet's just like shit most of the time when we're playing Dark Souls only.
So it's
I don't
only for
understand
Dark
it.
Souls?
Yeah, like whenever we're playing any other games, like it doesn't cut out at all. But when we get to Dark Souls, there's periods where it's like 1 minute straight, I just can't hear Logan talk.
Well, it
It's-
didn't take a shit last week, which is a plus.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
remember
good.
it taking a shit last week. I mean,
You might be so
granted,
used
the
to it that you just
footage
forget.
was gross.
Oh, the footage was gross?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was,
I mean,
I remember you telling me.
well, yeah, the bit rate, but it's still watchable. Which is too bad because we recorded Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy.
Oh my god,
and,
I fucking love and hate that game.
Oh yeah,
Logan is trash at it.
Me too.
dude. It's not that hard. It's not as hard as people say it was. And I'm not trash at it. It's just supposed to be difficult. You fuck face.
No, I saw a speed run for it, and yeah.
Yeah, speedrunners spend
just need to
hours
get
and
good.
hours and hours getting good at that game.
Yeah,
I played
like-
it for the first time.
There's like a guy who can do Dark Souls in less than an hour, and
Mhm.
like how long do you think it took him to get to that point? Probably longer than it would take me to beat Dark Souls fairly.
Yeah, probably. Most definitely.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway, I feel like we've probably covered all the topics we got for today, and this is starting to be one of the longer episodes we've got, so I feel like it's about time to end it. But if
gotta
you,
close the book.
yeah, if you are watching this right now, go check out Two Guys One Up. They're funny and they rage at Dark Souls, and I love it. And
Thank you.
and feel free to subscribe to the Bombadiers if you made it this far. That's the channel that
Mhm.
graciously allows me to host Lazy Saturday. If you like me, you can subscribe to Molonor or Monlower. Do you remember that?
Yeah, dude, I don't. I still don't know your name.
It's all good. And make sure you leave a like if you enjoyed it, because that gives someone at YouTube $1 or something.
Oh, really? That's cool.
It's not me.
Oh.
Thank
Okay,
you for
never
listening,
mind.
everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank
Bye,
Bye bye.
everyone.
And let me fucking hit stop streaming too. That's probably the most important part.